Oh, today. We gonna go live. We gonna go live. And it's never not a thing. Boop, boop.
All right, we are officially live. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Aries
Saturday.
season. Oh, Saturday, Sunday. It's all the same thing. Happy Aries season because
Okay.
it's
I'll
Aries.
give that to you.
I
Excuse
mean,
us out the way. The bulls are coming through. You hear them coming?
my birthday did pass last Sunday. However, it's still Aries season. So woo, 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 woo.
Yay. Look, I'll give it small claps.
So welcome to Live You's Brunch and Munch. My name is CiaraWimby, and I am the CEO and founder of LIV You Nonprofit, where we like to make sure that we help women in prioritizing their self-care practice every single day. That is what our mission is. And I am also the physical wellness coach. And so I am joined also with
Dun, 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 dun. The dramatic Cicely back home. No, but I am the mental wellness coach. And oh yeah, and I give cootie free kisses every week. You love them. Boom, boom, boom. That's my thing. Spread love, not germs. And we're missing someone today. You
Yes,
want to go ahead and
our third sidekick is not here today. She is doing a self-care practice for herself because we are not just promoters of self-care, we are practitioners of self-care. So it is important when we have things that we need to do and take care of or just do nothing that we honor that space for ourselves. So it is two dose today as opposed to the three of us that's normally on here. But that's okay because we're a lively bunch. We'll be good. We'll be good. So, so today's topic that I'm looking at is dealing with stress and social and non-social settings. And so, I want to kick this off because last Sunday was my birthday, right? And I was mentioning how um there was I had a virtual party and I was stressed out before my party actually started because there were some people that were last minute calling me. I don't know how to get on. What do I do? Blah, blah, blah. And I was literally, by the time my party was starting, I was stressed. I actually didn't even want to have a party anymore because of helping people. And I know that sounds awful because I'm a helper, but it wasn't something that was planned. Now I had one person contact me when they accepted my invitation and tell me that they needed help. So that person I had in my mind, and I told them 30 minutes before the event starts because I don't want to keep trying to jump on and off and other stuff that I'm doing during the week. Let me just, spend that 30 minutes with you. And had I had other people that told me that they needed it, I would have just been like, hey, everybody, let's come on because I'm a planner. Like I'm planning out my time and the things that I'm going to do. So that's one of the things that I do to keep my stress level down. But my stress level was through the roof because of all this unexpected stuff. So I wanted to say that no matter what advice we give you all today or tips and tricks, when things happen last minute, you got to figure out how to navigate in that space.
Absolutely.
So by the time the event started, I was like, I'm never doing a virtual party again. This is stupid. Why did I even come up with this? Oh my God, this is the worst thing. But then when I got on with the people and the people were present, I kind of just said it. So I just said it out my mouth and let it go, as opposed to keeping it inside and being frustrated and being mad. I was like, look, I'm mad at the couple people that was on it. It wasn't even them, the people that I had the issues with. I was just like, man, I'm so mad. I ain't never doing this again. And then, they made me laugh. And then the other people started coming on. And then the event started. But I had to express it in order for me to like let it go in that moment, because I was overwhelmed. And it wound up being fun, and it had wound up being a good time. And
it did. Look, I was there to attest to
she
that.
was there. She was there. And one of my cousins called me afterwards and laughed at me because, again, I'm a planner and I know my energy reserves. So this is that part of, you need to know who you are. I know my energy reserves, and I had the time was 1.5 hours. I keep 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. And at that 30-minute o'clock, I was like, okay, bye everybody. And you know how just like any event, even if you was at somebody's house, people say bye for about 10, 15 minutes before the real goodbye is. I think I saw a meme where it was like, goodbye starts inside, then it's on the front porch, and then it's at the car, so it's like about 3-4 levels of goodbyes. And so I was like, okay, goodbye everybody. And everybody was like, goodbye, 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 goodbye. I was like, click, because I was done. And my cousin called me later on. She said, I laughed so hard because we all were still on the call saying goodbye. And you was like, goodbye, click, because I was for real. I was goodbye that one time. I was tired, and I was like, I need a nap.
Not a nap.
And I need me a nap. So, this dealing with your stress in social and non-social settings, there are things that I know what I can handle and what I can't, and when I need to recharge. And so I was like, 1.5 is going to be the limit. I don't care what's about to happen. I'm going to wrap it up. I don't care if we was in the middle of doing something. I'd have been like, okay, bye, y'all, click.
I believe it wholeheartedly too. I have seen it before. Listen, it was something that you said though, that you knew how to release. That's a lot of things I feel like a lot of people struggle with. They don't know how to release it. And even if it's for you, it's just saying it out loud and letting it go after that. That's not the case for many people. Some people want to say it out loud 15 times and they want you to agree with them and they want you to perpetuate the behavior and the being angry. And you be like, I'm not mad. I don't want to keep on talking about it because it happened. It's no longer there. You're alive. You're breathing. Can we let it go? But that's not the case for many people. So I think I'm excited for you that you understand how to release and be done with it when you say you're done with it. That is something that is critical to your own physical and mental health. So yes. I definitely want to applaud you for being able to recognize these things. I'm the opposite, right? Like I realize the stress comes in and I'm a shutdowner, period. I will shut down on you in 2.5 seconds. Boom, do not pass go.
You said boom. You got like a game show going with your
face. I'm talking about, and I'm trying to figure out how to control it, but I don't care where I am. I can be in a meeting, I can be in church, I can be anywhere. When I'm not feeling it, my face has no like, you get nothing out of me. What you think? Nothing. Well, I can look you dead in your face and I ain't heard nothing you said. Like it is the shutdown is real. And until I learn, I've learned how to process it. Like in the shutdown, I will process it, reassess the situation and come back if need be, because I know it's not realistic to be able to just shut down like whatever y'all want to do. Then I'll be mad that I got to show up for whatever y'all said y'all wanted to do. So I'm learning how to have a quicker turnover time with it. And that's just not just with being mad, but that's just with anything. Like I literally give myself 24 hours to be mad. Like I call my friends, whoever, like if you missed that 24-hour turnaround of me venting and wanting to talk about that, I can't relive it. Like you missed it. You should have answered the phone or replied to the text or whatever. You don't get to, well, what happened the other day? Nothing. Yesterday, because you missed it, right? I've already resolved within myself with whatever issue I was trying to solve. And now I'm executing the plan to, get the issue solved. But in the state, like you said, in that 5 minutes of when they was calling all that, the shutdown would have been real. Like, listen, you're gonna have to catch us on the next time, or get your grandkid, get somebody else to help you get on here, because you're gonna miss it. I'm not about, you knew that what time this thing started, you knew I'm the host of this event. So what the hell make you think you're gonna call my phone? Like, my mouth get reckless. So I have to shut down because the tone,
like you don't want to hear what I'm about to say.
Yeah. And I've noticed that on many occasions. I'm like, let me get off the phone because I know I'm shutting down, and it's not going to be conducive to anybody. I love y'all. I want to keep these ships going, friendship, relationship, all those things. I want to keep them going. So in order to foster a better ship, I'm going to go ahead and pull back, because I know I'm not in the space to really have that back and forth. So I think it's, like I said, I think it's really cool that you're able to, let me just say it and be done with it. Cause I'm like, hold on, let me process it. Cause after I say it now, I'm really, cause once it come out of my mouth, it lets me know that it resonated with me. And now all the other resonation that come with it didn't fly with it. And that may not be appropriate all the time.
Yeah, because I had a friend call me, and this was one of the ones who needed some special attention and care. And I'm thinking, well, damn, what you do at work? That was my first thought in my mind, because this was not somebody I expected to call me. And so that just turned the stress level up a tad bit much. Like, I'm like,
better.
Right. I'm like, it would be different if it's somebody that's older and, they retired and not in the workforce anymore, because we've pretty much had a year worth of, we're in this situation where people are online. And so when that person was saying that they needed some support, I was like, what? But, I worked through it. And later on, they called me and they were like, I could tell that you were upset and you were frustrated. I said, I was. And she said, but I still want to thank you for, walking me through it. But she was like, your tone and your voice was like you wanted to cuss me out. I said, I did. You're right. Everything you heard. Yep, it was there. But I knew that would not have been productive. And I knew that I would have carried that energy on, because there would have been a time I probably would have. But I was just like, you know what? Let me just work through this, because it's not just, and this is things that I've learned from my time, is that it's not just me helping somebody work through whatever it is. It's really a test for myself to work through something. And so it may not be the same thing. Like, clearly I didn't have an issue with how to get on the virtual party, but I needed to work on being patient with people. I needed to continue to help people, even if I don't want to help people. And ultimately, it was for me. She wasn't calling me, asking me how to get on, somebody else's virtual party. And I'm like, why did bleep, 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 are you calling me to help you with somebody else? Ultimately, she was calling me to be a part of something to celebrate me. And so I had to be mindful of that as well, that I can't, I guess, abuse. And that used to be something my mother would tell me growing up. Because she would tell me, I wouldn't be your friend. I don't even know how these people are your friends. I don't even know why they keep calling here. I don't even know why they keep showing up. Because you ain't always that nice. And you'll go off on somebody and tell them whatever. She was like, oh no, I'd have cussed you out, kicked your butt and everything else. And I'm like, well, guess what? You ain't my friend. And I just kept the sass going. And my mother was just like, I don't even know why people like you. Like, and I'm like, because I got a good personality. It was just like, but at that time, I wasn't appreciative of the fact that people were, in my life. And now having a different level of thoughtfulness, being appreciative that people want to show up for me, because nobody has to show up for you, you know. So just learning how to manage myself more so than anything. It's really about managing yourself. So yes, stress is going to come in the social and the non-social situations, but how do you manage yourself when they come about?
So that is so funny that you just said that, because literally right before we got on the call, before we went live, my dad called me asking about a video that I sent in 2019, not even last year, 2019. And I'm like, why would you be calling me to ask me? Like, you better start saving. And he literally said, look at that. That's that Taurus coming out. She got right on me, right? I'm like, I haven't mastered that, not talking. It releases right then and there. But I realize my friends enjoy me because of that authenticity. They know I'm coming real, I'm coming live. If I don't wrestle with you, I don't talk to you. That's just clear. Like, I'm cordial, but I don't give you that sass. So my friends are my friends because they know I'm coming real every time. I don't care who you are, my mama, my daddy, like it's just gonna come out. And so I have heard that, oh my God, you mean it? And another person was like, you're not mean, you just real. And most people aren't real like that. They don't understand how to, because what you're saying, don't be rude or mean, it just be the truth. And some people don't operate in truth. And so once you start to realize that, you just like, I mean, I am who I am. I'm not going to hold it in. If I feel like that was stupid, I may not call you stupid, but I will say that was unsmart. Like, that was just not the smartest decision I've seen you sit in. That's cool. Common sense may not be your wheelhouse. I get it. So now I know how to operate in your space, that I have to be the common sense in this space. So it takes that understanding of self, like you said, knowing self and understanding who you are and what you're willing to give. I'm like, oh, I'm willing to meet you halfway because I'm trying to maintain this ship. So I'm willing to meet you where you are. I'm going to give a little extra because I know you're just not that smart in this area. Not to say in every area you're not smart, but this particular one, I think I'm going to have to take the lead in it because, yeah, I don't trust you to submit to your understanding and your leadership in that space. So,
and I'll support that. And I'll give you a different perspective too, because I used to say that with my mom. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. And you know, I've read a lot of self-help type of books, and there's and I almost want to say it's probably like in the Buddhist tradition, but where everybody has their truth. So I have a version of the truth and you have a version of the truth. So when we say, you know, everybody can't accept truthfulness, so everybody can't accept honesty, well, whose version of it? And then it also kind of just went on to just say that, you know, sometimes you can just allow things to be whatever it is. Like, you don't have to, you know, choose a side to protect or to defend. And I started thinking about that. It took me some time. That is, this was it started in my 30s. I just turned 47, so this started in my 30s, so it took some time. But so what you're saying is, I don't have to defend my stance. Well, first off, what do you mean I don't have to? No, I do have to defend my stance. First off, this book is wrong. Like,
not the book is wrong.
Bro, I'm gonna tell the book, you don't know the truth, you know. But then I started practicing that, and I was like, you know, maybe I don't have to always defend my stance. And I saw that a level of peace started developing for myself, mainly because I have, like, my nervous system, I'm easily triggered, I'm aggravated, whatever. So I was like, oh, because again, you know, I'm an only child. This is why I promote self-care, thinking about you first, because I'm not doing this for you. I tell people this all the time. There's been relationships, especially when I started developing a different style of behavior than I had demonstrated with other relationships in my past. And I would say, you're fortunate because you are getting the benefit of my new thought process and behavior. And I want you to know and be clear that I'm not doing this for you. You're just a beneficiary of it. Um, and I'm doing it for myself so that I can maintain a level of peacefulness and tranquility for me. Because me being a hothead or me, getting all upset, all it did was give me a headache, tire me out, aggravate me. And I was like, yeah, I don't really like how this is feeling. Like, so when I started not being as combative or just allowing things to be, or I'll again take the situation of having to help this particular person out, even though there was some frustration in my voice and she heard it, but I kept telling myself, you know what, relax, it's okay. Maybe you would have been a person that needed some help, and if you needed some help, you would want somebody to help you out. So I had to, like, I'm literally talking myself off the edge. And again, not because I'm trying to save the relationship, but really because I'm trying not to
Save you.
be, I'm throwing a lifeline out for myself.
True. Wait, quick question. Hey, Facebook family. Anybody talking
Hey
to us?
people, hey people. So I see we got two people watching. Pat says good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Pat. And then we have Michelle. She's in the building too. So hello, Miss Michelle. She says hello to us. So hello, Facebook people.
Yes.
So what do you all, so question for you all, how do you all deal with your stress? How do you all deal with stress?
Indoor and outdoor stress.
Right, your indoor, your inside, your outside stress. How do you all deal with that? Or, what questions do you all have for us regarding that?
Absolutely. I will say that I notice what you're saying. For me, naturally, I'm nonchalant. A lot don't rev me up. A lot of things that rev other people up, I'll be like, why you care? Like, wait, did I miss something? Because I realize it's a lot that I just be like, I don't care about to even give it my energy. But the things that I do care about, you'll see me go off, like off. But it's not when I say go off, it's not like I'm snapping, but you'll understand, you'll get to see from hood rat to intellectual. You get to see the range of my vocabulary and my extensive education. Because the things that I really care about, I care about them because I know it's what I do, it's what I'm passionate about. So I realize a lot don't get to me because I just don't be caring about it. But like I said, those things that I do care about, that I am passionate about, you will get a lot of rebuttal from me. You will get a lot of questioning. You'll get a lot of what seems to be. Now, I don't think my tone is ever like really aggressive unless I'm really ready to go there. Because once you get me there, it's war. It's it's nothing else for it. It's all I see. It's the fight. I'm fighting for my life at that point. But I don't get to that level very often because I just don't care. Like a lot of things are just like, all right, whatever. And that's probably why I get along with a lot of people. I realize my true friends to this day, I've never had an argument with any of them. Any of my true, I've never had a disagreement with them because it's either one, I respect them enough, or two, I just don't care. I'm like, cool, I'm here, whatever you want to do, let's roll. Like, so I never had that conflict because, like I said, it's just too much that I just like, all right, whatever. I'm a go with the flow kind of person. I'm not a rock the boater, but I'm also content being in my own boat, right? So I don't have to rock your boat because I never got into your boat. I'm in my boat, and I pulled up on the side of it, right? And if need be, I will reach out and flip your boat over, but mine gonna still be rolling. I'm gone, right? So, I'm gone, right? Real time. I'm rolling out there. So that's just something, like you said, you have to know yourself and to know what you are willing to give and get in your own personal life. I know some things like predisposed to high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I know that's something that rocks in my family. So I really am like, I'm not gonna let nothing raise my blood pressure because I refuse to be on some medicine. So there's just certain things about me that I guess it's part of my automatic self-care. I will not give you more. First of all, I won't give you out of my cup. I only give you from my overflow. So I can't give you, you can't go into my reserve energy. It's protected. If with the minute my energy, my overflow has come to the point where I think it's getting close to my cup, the shutdown do.
You said shutdown as well. So Michelle says stress gives me a headache.
Mm.
Yep. And then I remove myself, and my patience is short, and I have learned to value my time and my health. So, like you said, your health, and that's something I had to learn. So, I always talk about this, how, I was off of work for 2 years because I was extremely ill and I was extremely sick. And I am a very firm believer that stress is the catalyst for a lot of our health issues. And no, I'm not a doctor and I don't give out advice and all of that.
It's
But
reality.
everybody I know that has had something wrong with them, it has been something that stemmed from stress. And so that's that part of, we don't know how to manage ourselves when we are faced with situations. And like for me, I can start feeling it in my stomach, because my gut. So that's also part of where I became ill and I was shut down. My body shut down. So I didn't remove myself from enough spaces. And yeah, at this point, I am more nonchalant and not care. And like I said, I try to, do planning. So I try to do a lot of things to manage myself so that I'm not stressed out in the social or non-social situations. But you just never know when something is going to throw you off kilter, and then you're like, okay, where are my tools? What do I need to do? How do I respond or react? And like I said, I'm always just talking myself off the ledge. So I do more talking to myself internally than I do externally. Somebody asked me the other day, they sent me a text and they were just like, what do I do? What quotes or sayings motivates me? And I kind of laughed, because as much as I'm finding quotes to post every day, I was like, none.
I'm self-motivated. I talk to myself a lot.
And that's what I said. I was like, every day, all day long, I'm telling myself I love you. All day long, I'm telling myself how proud I am. So like on the day that I'm helping a friend out, I'm telling myself, I'm so proud of you for not cussing nobody out. I'm so proud of you for, not going off. And again, that's not to say that sometimes you don't need to go off, because if that's what you need to let it out, you may need that, but do also understand that that other person receiving it don't have to take your sorry later on, and don't have to accept, your well, that's just how I am, because everybody has the right to deal with your stuff or not deal with your stuff. And then you can't be stressed out and be mad because they don't want to deal with it.
Hello.
But just always just trying to manage myself to just relax. And I even have like a mantra where I'm telling myself to be peaceful, be relaxed, breathe, calm. Like I tell myself this all day long. Why? Because I need it. And people are always like, you know what, Ciara, you so calm, you so relaxed. And I'm like, yes, this is work. This is, and now at this point, it's a lot easier. But I didn't just wake up and get this way. Like I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning time so I can meditate, so I can do yoga, so that I'm not wanting to go off on somebody.
No. First of all, 3 o'clock, you're going to get a snapping on. I can't control it at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't have that. I haven't come to that place yet. So kudos to you. 3 o'clock in the morning, girl. Big boo. I'm looking like a troll and feeling like one.
You said I'm looking like a troll and feeling like one.
Yeah.
It's work to get to a place where you can manage yourself. And then again, when unexpected things come where you might have been at 10 at one point in your life and you only take it to a 3. I mean, I was like, girl, you everything. Because then there may be a time some years from now where I'm not a 3, I'm a 0, and I'm not none of it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you can't get on. Okay, girl, let me just walk you on through it. You know, Ciara, she's just so nice and kind. And yeah, it only took 50 years to get here, but hey, I made it, y'all. I made it.
Yeah, I'll give an example of that. So I went on a girls trip in February, and some unforeseen things happened where flights were delayed, you know, things that is out of our control. And a group of us got there earlier on, and then the last group, which I was a part of, was supposed to get there at the same time, but I was the only one that got there on time because the other people's flight were delayed 2 hours. And so my homegirls, shout out to y'all. I know if y'all see this, it's y'all I'm talking
Y'all,
about.
hey, y'all.
Right.
Hey, friend.
So
Hey, friend.
they had left the airport and had went to, a place to sit down and eat until the rest of the crew caught up. So that, like I said, that 2-hour delay, or the time that, because they already had a 2-hour gap before we got there. So that 2 hour turned into almost a 7-hour stint. And so the person who flight was delayed was frazzled. She was pissed to the highest level of festivity. And so I'm still sitting at the airport, and they like, well, catch it, get an Uber to come over to us. And something in my spirit just kept on saying, no, stay here. You need to be the calm in the storm. So I'm sitting there, I'm reading the book, I'm people watching, because it's a lot of stuff to see in there. Mind you, I got on this it's COVID. So I have on this, it looked like I'm Sandy going to see SpongeBob in this big old funnel. So people really looking at me. I'm looking like I'm going to the moon or whatnot. And so it was a lot of anxiety going on. And then even when they got there, the line to get the rental car was like a 2-hour line. It was crazy. And the whole time, everybody going off, this stupid, this. And I'm just like, it's okay. We're here. Celebration. By the time we got to the crew, they was drunk out of their mind. And I was cracking up because I'm like, it's vacation. It's what we're supposed to do. So it was a fiasco getting to where we needed to get to, but everybody else's stress level was going nuts. And I'm just like, but I'm on vacation. I don't see no,
Right.
I'm not at home.
I ain't got nowhere to go tomorrow. I ain't got nothing to do.
None of that. I can't get none of that. I believe everything is happening for a reason. You never know. We might have been, saving us from major traffic accident or something crazy.
I believe that all the time. I believe that. So that calms me down. Yeah.
Calms me. And I was just sitting there and they kept on texting like, come to the spot. And I'm just thinking, no, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to stay. I'm okay where I am.
Because this is part of my vacation experience. Like, I'm relaxed.
By myself, not worried about nothing, not doing no assignment. Like, literally, I was just like, you want me to be mad because I'm on vacation? Like, it's vacation. I don't understand why y'all mad. It's okay. It's vacation. Like, nothing's ruined.
For tomorrow, right? Relax.
Yeah. Relax. So that's just a part of, like you saying, some things, some things exciting piss other people off. Some things for you just be like, it's cool. And I'm pretty sure that's probably why I'm a great travel partner, and I love people who plan things like you, because I'm not a planner. I'm gonna go with the flower. So we mesh well because you got things planned out, and I'm like, good. I don't have to think. Let's just do. So
and if they don't happen, then I'm like, well, we tried. So now we, whatever. It is what it is.
I'm the shower upper. I showed up. That's it. That's all I got to offer. I showed up.
Like, I did my job. I did my job.
What you need me to do? Okay, cool.
Like, I was off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And because I'm a planner, I planned the different things that I was going to do on my time off. And so Monday I woke up and I was tired. I was tired because I had done things Saturday, did things Sunday morning, then I had the event. And then of course, because it's your birthday, people are calling you and you're talking to people all day long. So a lot of energy going out for me. And I always tell people I'm an introvert, and I get my energy by being by myself, being alone. And so that Monday, I woke up and I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do A, B, and C and whatever I'm gonna do, my gardening or whatever I got to do that's, relaxing for me. And I was like, oh, that's bleepity bleep sounds stressful. So this is that part of the non-social part, right? I'm not dealing with nobody. when I garden, I don't have to engage with anybody except for my plants. And I was like, I ain't getting up. I'm tired. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything. And you have that voice in your mind, but you said you were gonna do it. And I was like, I don't care what I said. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not doing it. I need to rest. I need to relax. And me getting up doing anything besides being in this bed is too much, and it's gonna stress me out. And I literally got up and cracked my blinds, and only because I felt an obligation to my plants, but just a crack, that they would get a sliver of sunlight, because I had made a previous agreement when I brought these plants in that I was going to try to keep them alive. So I was like, I'm going to crack just to get a little sun so y'all can, I want y'all to think of this as a cloudy day, a rainy day.
They like, no, we know the sun out. Like, let us free.
This is as a cloudy day. And so I go around to the windows and I crack. Now the one in my room, I didn't even open. Honestly, I was like, I'm sorry, y'all might die, but I'm tired.
You'll survive this one day.
Right. I can't. And so, sometimes we put expectations and obligations on ourselves to do things, and then to honor the commitment that we made to ourselves, not even to anybody else. Like nobody knew that I was doing it. So I wasn't canceling plans on anybody, but I said, now you can do these things and then you can be stressed out. Or you can X them and sleep in his bed all day and relax. And I was like, we will be sleeping in this bed all day and relax, because I do believe in honoring your commitments to yourself. I do. All day long, you should honor your commitments. But every commitment that you make to yourself isn't realistic. What is it? Like, well, realistic, or it's not the end all be all. And that's the part of, as my auntie likes to say, and she's not here today, but one of the things that she likes to say is, I am a woman and I have the right to change my mind.
Because we do it every 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds. And that's so funny that you say this, because I laughed hard. I had to call my mom. I was laughing so hard. So, I'm out here in Cali, and the weather was beautiful. And I'm like, oh, I could take my laptop and go sit on the beach because it's not that far. I got a wagon, girl. I can put my wagon up. I put the chair in there. I put the little table in there. I got the, the umbrella. I'm ready, right? I get to the door like, yeah, that's a lot. I literally left the cart right there. And I'm like, you got a balcony. Go sit on the balcony, grab you some Moscato and put your laptop out there and get all the sun you need. And I just sat there like, well, I'm getting sun. And then I looked at the stuff like, shit, now I got to put all this stuff back, right? And it sat there for another 2 hours, because I was like, but in my head, I had really big plans to go out and soak up this sun. The energy sometimes is just not there. The reality of things is sometimes you be doing the most, right?
Yes.
And it's not required. Sometimes your physical body is like, I don't want to do it. And you're right. Them people in my head always talking crazy to me. And I'd be like, talking crazy right back, like, and like, I'm not going to argue with you. I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. And my head be like, but you got to. Just not. Then here it is at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, shit, I need to do this and this. But so you're right. You have to understand at what time that physically and mentally our head goes nonstop. It just doesn't stop. And sometimes our body is like, sis, you ain't got it in you.
Right, no, I can't. No.
Hard no. And you're right. I have to sit there those times. And then I'm just like, oh, we just gonna have to play catch up. Guess what? And some people are like, oh, well, that's procrastination. No, it's my body saying, guess what? It's gonna get done, just not right now. So if you don't do this in a space of your baseline or out of happiness, because that's what I'm learning at this space now.
Right.
I only want to give. I don't want to do these assignments and do these things begrudgingly, because they won't be done in a healthy manner, or they probably won't be done right. And so because I came to it begrudgingly, physically, I'm having an issue. Everything about this paper stupid, this class stupid. The work that I'm turning in is probably going to be just as stupid as I feel this is. So let me go into it with a clean space, a clean energy, clean mind, and something that I really wanted to healthily, so it can be a product of what I needed to be for me, a representation of me.
And I don't
So
know if you've noticed when you do that, you actually get it done quicker.
you do.
But I know for me, I do. Like if and it's times when I'll say to myself, oh, well, you need to do A, B, and C. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to get that done. And then when that time comes to do it, and I'm like, man, I'm not really feeling this right now. And then I'll again, because I'm always talking, I coach myself all the time, people. And I'm telling myself, well, you got a deadline, you need to get this done. And then I'll say, yeah, but if I do it now, if I start it now, how many more hours am I going to put into doing it now? Because again, like you said,
Already.
I'm doing it regurgently and I don't want to do it, as opposed to if I go take me a nap. Because if I take me a nap, y'all,
Listen.
I just got me recharged 100%. My body like, okay, girl, you ready? Let's go. We
Do
can
it.
do it. But if I'm depleted and I don't get that nap in, my body like, so what were we doing? The star said, so okay, hold
Over
on.
and over.
The star said, okay, so wait a minute. 10 minutes later, the star said, man, why are we still on
Man.
the star said? I mean, can we
Yes.
5 hours later? The star said, like, okay,
I should
this
have
is
just took
not
a
working.
should have just took the nap. So this is, I promise you, it is true. I see it every day. Every day I wake up, because the night before I put my little list together, to-do list for what I need to do for the next day. And in the morning, I jump up really ready to go because I know what I have planned. But around 9 o'clock, my body be like, are we really gonna get that done? You sure that you sure? But you know what? You're right. Go take a nap. Naps are essential to my health now. Plus, I used to be like, you take naps, bruh. I will
Man,
fight you for a nap now.
man, I remember as a kid, my mother would be like, I gotta go take a nap. I'm like, why is she taking a nap? She grown. I thought when you get grown that you don't have to take naps no more. What kind of bullfoolery is this? And then when I became an adult and I was like, yeah, what time is that gonna be? That's one thing I loved about as he introduced himself on the call, my former husband. We were nappers. We would wake up. We were both morning people. We're getting up in the morning time. We, getting it done. And it's like, oh, it's 7 o'clock because we've been up already. It's 7 o'clock. It's time to take our first nap of the day because we're gonna take a nap. Then we'll get back up, do some more, and then we're gonna take the second nap of the day because people.
I don't need two naps, just one for me. Just one.
Sometimes you need two. Sometimes you need two.
Then I'll be up all night, like all looking like you got to go to sleep. You got to get up the next day. Yeah, too much napping for me. I'll be
like, it's not for me to get me 2 naps in. So you need to recharge, and like you said, you need to do it with a good attitude, because if you're not doing whatever you're doing with a good attitude, what's the whole purpose of doing it? Because you're not going to put the good energy into whatever it is, and therefore that good energy is not going to come back to you, because again, what you put out, you receive. It comes right on back to you like a little boomerang, and it's like, oh, okay, you funky, then guess what? Here comes some funky coming towards you.
Listen.
And you like, why people acting like that towards me?
Because it'd be funkier. It'd be funkier that you was like, damn, wait. Let's revisit this. So yes, I think that is very, very important to just know about yourself, because the thing is, the things that we are talking about are lived experiences.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out what works for you. That's the important thing of battling stress. There is no cookie cutter answer to figuring it out for you. Sometimes the stress comes in because you feel like you have to be Wonder Woman. If you can't do it, then it don't get done. And as a woman, and being, let's just say, for mothers and
every woman,
right, there's so many aspects that you're this strong woman or this Wonder Woman, and you take on this complex, and then you burn yourself out because there is no time for recovery time. to get these things back in. So I understand then when somebody talks to you about your self-care practices, that stress you out even more because you want to add something else
Right.
to
I'm
my
not doing
list.
nothing. What you mean? What you
Right.
mean? What? No, I
I
don't
don't
have
have
time for
time. Right. That's the
that.
major thing you hear when you start talking about self-care practice. I don't have time for that amidst of all the crazy things that I have going on with my schedule. And so that, of course, that's what we do, help you create the time and practices that will help in that process. But the stress, and this is, this is what I'm writing my dissertation on, the psychological distress that comes about having to be strong or having on these Wonder Woman conflicts is grander than it lessens the time that you say you don't have. So it's doing some things to your body. Like she said, she's not a doctor, but guess who's practicing to be one? Me. And I am a researcher, a thorough researcher. So these things that we can't physically see that causes this psychological distress starts to weigh on our body and present, and you don't get to control how it presents. It will present in high blood pressure. That's why they say that's the number one silent killer. It will present in eye twitching. It will present in stomach pains. It will present in knee pain. Like it comes in different areas that you're not even sure of why it's a thing. And of course, the first thing you do is run to your doctor. I got pain here, here, here. And what doctors do, what they supposed to. I'm a medicate. I'm not gonna tell you that's
all they're gonna do is ask you what's going on. Like my mentee, she called me a couple weeks back, and she's like, my lips are expanding and contracting, and I was like, first thing I asked, I said, so what's going on in your life?
Mhm.
And she was like, well, I mean, I'm stressed out at work. I said, oh, what is stress? Your lips are expanding and contracting because of stress. She was
That's
like,
wild though. Like what they look, I want to know. I'm nosy enough to know like, what they do. What you mean they expand? Like when you're pregnant, they get big and like.
no. So she sent me a video, and literally it was pulsating. Like every 5 seconds, it would be kind of, it would like swell a little bit, and then it would go back down, and then it would swell a little bit. And
See?
so her first thing was, what do I do? Should I go to a doctor? So the funny part is, this is, and I know everybody knows people that does this. They gonna call you before they call the doctor. Okay. You are their doctor. Okay. So before they even go to the doctor, you have given them approval or disapproval. Okay. Because they trust you and your stuff. And I have a lot of people who tend to do that to me because they know that I heal myself and I don't take medication and stuff like that. So they're like, tell me what to do. And one of the things I would like to remind everybody is not the fact that I'm not a professional. I'm only saying that on videos because I say something different when in private. I'm just saying. But
Mind your business.
is that I have tools that I can provide, but I can't be the one to heal you. You are still the person who is responsible for the healing because you also have to be the practitioner of it, and you have to see what things work for you of the set of tools that I'm providing. And so, I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with you at work? And so, she's talking about all these things that's happening. So then, like you said, we got to talk about some stress management tools. But I'm also like, well, I know I've given you tools before. So let's start. So the first thing is what's going on with you.
You sound like a mama. I know I brought you that pack of pencils. What are you?
Right. Then the second thing is, of the tools that we've talked about before, which ones are you practicing? And then it was, well, I'm not. And this stuff that you do is something that you have to practice all the time. And like we said earlier, we're not giving you a whole bunch of things necessarily always. Now, yoga, that may not be something that's in your toolbox, but I'm gonna throw it at you anyway. But you do brush your teeth, you do wash your face, you do take a shower, you do eat. So these are things you're already doing. So then we may say, okay, well, instead of going to go get that burger at lunchtime, and I'm guilty because, every now and again, I tell y'all all the time, don't be surprised if y'all see me in the Wendy's drive-through line. So I'm telling y'all, like, don't be surprised. But I'm not there every day, because if I was there every day, I would be having a different conversation with you all, talking
Look,
about how
this I'ma
I'm
be.
feeling well, how I'm not, I can't show up to my commitments because, I'm bedridden or whatever it is, because I know that's not good for me. And then if I'm stressed out because I'm not doing something or something isn't happening, that's just making it worse. So then I'm like, okay, well, what are you eating? Well, I'm eating this, and that. Okay, well, maybe if you change some of the things that you're eating, because when you're in a stressful situation, you need to do everything you can to reduce the stress. So don't eat a lot, don't eat bad things. Um, Make sure that you're not rushing. So a lot of times people jump up, get dressed, and they head off to their work day or whatever they're doing, as opposed to taking some time to sit back, relax, enjoy as they're getting ready. Well, I only got so much time, and then heaven forbid it's an accident on the expressway. Now they mad at those people, but no. But no. Those aren't the people you need to be mad at. You are the person you need to be mad at. And I know the time is ticking on me saying something right now, but I wanted to because I know. But I wanted to say, when you touched on the different parts of your body that get mad, and that's why it's really important that we have a mind, body, and spirit coach,
Mm-hmm.
because yes, we these are different bodies that we are looking to align
Mm-hmm.
together, because they're having their own conversation and they mad at each other. No, my mind said we need to do this. My body like, I ain't doing it. You can't tell me what to do. I ain't doing it. So we are looking to not only work and improving in
Mm-hmm.
those specific areas, but then how do we get them to nicely start working together so that now you're in harmony?
Mm-hmm. So that's what coaching is for. No, to learn how to do those things. But also, I feel like the fact of the matter is you have to first recognize it, right? You got to
Yeah.
put a name on it. You have to identify it, because you can't call a thing if you don't know what the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the major things that I know I deal with in regular practice, is just like people come in, they tell you, like they'll call you, like you said, they tell you the symptoms. And you like, all right, well, shit, that can come from anything.
Right.
And so for yourself, you have to know what you did. Like, okay, I ate this, I did, like when you have an allergic reaction, like, shit, what did I change? What did
Right.
I
What's
do?
your list? Because when you go to the doctor's office, that's all they're doing too. You still got to know these things. So when people think, well, I'm just going to go to the doctor and he going to tell me, is he really though? Is he really though?
He
He
gonna
waiting
help
on me
you
to tell him something first.
narrow it down, right?
Right.
So
Tell me something first.
yeah, so it's the fact of knowing your stuff, knowing what you added, knowing what you took out, all these things. So understanding how to call a thing a thing. First, identifying that there's an issue. I am stressed out for many reasons. It's so many things going on. Like, just like the computer, you got so many tabs going on, and you wonder why it's running slow, because the processing unit has too many tabs
Yes.
open.
Yes. Yes.
So to go through your own tabs of life, to start closing, deleting, okay, I'm gonna leave that one running. That's gonna run in the background, because there's always something running in the background. But understanding how to identify that for yourself, so that way you can start to figure out what solutions are working for you. Because I cannot say it enough, what works for me may not work for you. What I
Exactly.
am able to do is identify some of the things that work for you, that helps you figure out, oh yeah, well, that ain't gonna work for me. I'm not really, that's not my thing. Okay, cool. So let's identify some other things that
What
do
will
work for
work.
you. you
Exactly.
know so
Exactly.
you can tighten up your toolbox, so you'll know you'll have all these things. Because I know in my toolbox, all I need is a screwdriver and a monkey wrench, and I'm with it. So you may need a little bit more than those things. So, and that's cool. And we're
Right.
open to those things, but the thing is, you have to be open that everything isn't for everybody, and you have to be a researcher of self.
Because I hate when people say, such and such told me that they did A, B, and C. oh, okay, great for such and such, but
Mhm.
what are you doing? No,
Exactly.
but and then I read that, you should do blah, blah, blah. Okay, but
You should
again,
do.
what are you doing? And what have you tried to say this works or doesn't work? So yeah, we always have to be in this researcher investigative mode for self.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The thing, like you just said, like somebody said this to me the other day, and I was like, "Oh, that's critical." And so, what they said was like, "What's the last book you've read?" Right? And they asked me. Of course, mine is always psychology books because hell, that's what I'm reading. But I also read for leisure. You know that hood rat stuff. Got to have a little balance. But they say, "How are you trying to um implement some things in your life when you're not even studying?" So I think it's just a thing like you can't really be wanting these things to happen if you're not willing to put the work in for yourself. But that's how many industries are making their money because they know you're not researching for
Yes,
yourself. So
yes,
whatever I give out and say is this is what I'm going to get your money on because you're not willing to put that work in for yourself. So cool, here it is. This is what I presented. If it works for you, cool. If not, we don't care because guess what? We did some research and this is what we have available.
So
And
I'm gonna
so,
take a real example real quick. So I get emails or I subscribe to different like nonprofit type organizations just to learn and see what they have because they have classes and things like
mhm,
that to take. So I got an email from this particular organization. I'm not gonna bust them out or nothing like that because hey, they doing what they supposed to be doing.
mhm,
So the email is like, oh, okay, so if you need help applying for a Google ad grant for nonprofits, we can help you for $200 or $250, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, Google ad grant. So I go and Google ad grant.
and
Cause see, when I see stuff like that, what all you did was give me some information to go figure out how to get it done. And so
mhm,
I go Google it, and it's like this is what you need to do to apply. There's no application fee to do it. And so I said, okay, well, hold on, let me sit back. Look, give me a little water, drink it. Let me
mhm.
read because my daddy told me I can do whatever I need to do and whatever I want to do as long as I know how
You
to
read
read.
it.
So
That's
I'm
it.
reading what it needs to get done. Oh, all you want is my EIN number, my organization number, my website number, website address, my email address, and then y'all will get back to me. And plug it in these areas. Plug, 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 done.
You will
Okay.
always make money because people lazy. Let's just be clear. Money's always
and
to be made because of
and
that.
and there's an organization charging 200 or to $250 because there's somebody that's saying, well, I don't know how to do it, and they emailed and they said this is how that they can do it for me, so I'm just gonna let them do it.
Mhm. Absolutely. It's always money to be made on that. Remember that, people, because it's also some things that I'm willing to pay for because I don't want to put the work
There
in.
I
Like, oh
think.
wait, here you
Oh,
go.
then look,
That's your
so then I
specialty.
saw another organization that said, we will show you step by step how to maintain your grant and what metrics you
Mhm.
need to do and blah 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 blah. So I saw that email versus something else I saw on Google that said you can apply to have somebody support you for 6 weeks for free, but they got to wait till they find a team that's in your area, this and that and
Mhm.
the other. But they asked you what is it that you want to learn, and I applied for that. Don't get me wrong, I did apply for that, but I
Mhm.
don't really know what I need to learn because I don't know this system. And
Mhm.
so then I said to myself, well, self, do you need to pay for this one over here? So because they just gave you a whole course outline for 6 weeks of what they gonna tell you and teach you,
Mhm.
that then you'll learn it and you'll
And
know
apply.
what to do so that whenever this opportunity comes around, you don't want to learn no basic stuff. You like, hold on.
Right.
So I want the advanced information that I want to know. And I
Absolutely.
haven't signed up yet.
Wait, I gotta cut you off because we got
Is it
1 minute. Look at
time?
you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
time.
See,
Let's see. Boom. Wrap it up. But if y'all want to know that information, slide on her DM. She's willing to help you out with that. But as we know, we have the free 15-minute consultation. It's liveyou.org. navigate our site, sign up for self-care boxes because we definitely have them curated for this month. And it's about stress this month, remaining stress-free, giving you some tips and tools on how to manage your stress. Also, what else am I want to say?
We have.
I want to thank everybody who donated and showed up at the open house.
Yeah.
We are still accepting donations. We
always
appreciate you
accept
all.
donations.
Yes.
We never not accept donations.
That part. Our DMs are open if you have topics that you want to hear about, that you want to engage with us in. And also, we just love you.
And come to our newsletter, so sign up for that. Find us on our social media, all of that.
All of that. Cootie free kisses. We love you, and namaste out of our way.
Namaste. Thank you all for coming as always.